Yo, what's good, EYTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? Be Marsh with another boxing video. So this response to a video I heard from 78 Sports TV was talking about the man Rajon Rondo is planning to organize a 2008 championship party for my Boston Celtics, you know what I mean, for the chip they won in 2008, you know what I mean? And apparently the man Rondo's not trying to invite the man Ray Allen, Jesus Shuttlesworth, you know what I mean? And you know, there's basically a response, and I basically agree to everything the man 78 Sports had to say. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a whole move by the man Rondo if they don't invite. And on the real, man, you know, when was that? 2008? We haven't even reached 2018, man. These fellas don't even need to have a reunion. You know what I'm saying? The man Rajon Rondo is still in the NBA. He's on the Chicago Bulls. You know what I mean? And on the real, man, let me get into it first of all. You know, Rajon Rondo had an easy job, man. He was a second-year player out of Kentucky, first-year starter. His rookie year, he was on the bench. You know what I'm saying? And he was playing with 3 Hall of Famers, man. He had the easiest job as a point guard. Ain't nobody know who the fuck Rajon Rondo was, you know what I'm saying? So on the real, before that, before he was a champion, you know what I mean? So on the real, as a second-year player or player playing with these Hall of Famers, man, you got your confidence, you got your swag right. I know how it is, man. I'm a ball player too, my damn self, you know what I mean? When you got your squad, man, you know y'all fellas is ready to go in and play. Man, you got the utmost confidence in the world. Can't nobody break that. And that's how Rajon Rondo was, man. He played with the Celtics, you know what I mean? Man wasn't a big scorer. What was he there for? He was dropping dimes. He was a good defender, long arms, a good rebounder. He was a good all-around player. Only problem with him, he just couldn't score the rock. You know what I mean? He ain't have a jump shot, and he ain't the best finisher around the basket. But he can flush on the big man. Ask Dwight Howard how Rondo flushed on his bitch ass one time in the playoffs. You know what I mean? But Rondo, to say, you know what I'm saying, that Ray Allen is not invited, or he didn't invite him, man, that is asinine. Because on the real, man, that team would have probably even won that chip if it wasn't for you, you know what I'm saying? These 3 guys, these 3 Hall of Famers made Rajon Rondo, you know what I'm saying? And look, so I read somebody in that in the comment section of 78 Sports TV vid saying that the Celtics, KG, oh my God. The man said KG wasn't really an intricate piece to that team or something to that effect. Like the Celtics would have won that chip without the man KG, you know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous, man. The only reason we won that chip, of course, all 4 of these guys were big pieces to that team. But if you had Ray Allen, Rondo, and Pierce, we're not winning that championship. KG is arguably the smartest player out of all these 4, you know what I'm saying? Might not be the most talented as far as scoring, that goes to P-double. Might not be the best jump shooter, of course, or three-point shooter, that goes to Ray. Of course, he's not the best assist passer, that goes to Rondo. But Kevin Garnett could do everything. In his prime, Kevin Garnett was a 20-point player, 10 rebound player, and 5 assists per game, man. He did that for like 5 straight years, you know what I mean? Only eclipsed by the man Larry Bird, you know what I'm saying? These are the type of players KG's was actually after, as far as his 2010 and 15 reign, you know what I mean, on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kevin Garnett was a big piece to this team, and Kevin Garnett actually is a reason why we didn't win any more than just 1 championship. He had injuries. He wasn't the same player. You know what I'm saying? That first time when we played the Lakers, man, he schooled, he abused, and he pulled Pau Gasol's whole card. The second time we played him, Pau Gasol was a better player than Kevin Garnett, point blank period, you know what I'm saying? He was contributing more, he was performing better. He was just a more intricate piece. Kevin Garnett was aging, you know what I mean? And that's what happened in my C's, you know? They aged. But Rajon Rondo, the Celtics, after Ray Allen went to Miami, and I'm not going to lie, as a Celtics fan, I was pissed. I was pissed he went to Miami. But like 78 said, the man was always on the trading block, you know what I mean? He felt he wasn't appreciated like that. The man Ray Allen, there was even talks, you know, they was trying to bring him off the bench and start the man Avery Bradley, who is the current Boston Celtics starting 2 guard, you know what I mean? But, you know, he left Miami, you know, he's the only reason LeBron James got that ring against the Spurs when he hit that jump shot to take that game into overtime, that three-pointer where he backed up, you know what I'm saying, after the Spurs couldn't get them offensive rebounds. And he got LeBron James that chip, you know what I'm saying? Sure enough, LeBron came through in Game 7 like he always does. But if Ray ain't hit that three in Game 6, Spurs would have won that chip, you know what I mean? But Rondo is dead wrong for this, man. And, you know, I heard the man 78 Sports saying that P-Double would also, if Ray is hot, then he'd also want to get in the mix and try to shoot some shots. You know, I mean, I don't know if I agree with that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how the relationship between P-Double and Ray was, you know what I mean? I can't speak on that. I know there was turmoil between Rondo and Ray. That I do know for sure. But Paul Pierce, man, to me, he was the best scorer on the team, point blank, period. There was things that Paul Pierce could do as far as his mid-range game that Ray Allen couldn't do, you know what I'm saying? Ray Allen was more of a guy, shoot the three-point shot, you know what I mean? When he was on Milwaukee Bucks, he was an all-around player, put the ball on the floor, cross fellas up, take that shit to the rack, flush it, like how he did on the man Tracy McGrady's head in that playoffs, you know what I mean? Paul Pierce was definitely the truth, and he was actually the best player on the Boston Celtics, you know what I mean? Kevin Garnett, you know, is a good player, but Paul Pierce was the heart and soul of the C's, you know what I mean? So I doubt there would be any turmoil, friction, or animosity between P-Double and Ray because P-Double ultimately knew if it wasn't for these guys, he wouldn't have the sole championship he has, the one and only, you know what I mean? So, you know, my Celtics, man, when Ray went over to Miami, I was sad about that. But let me talk about when KG and P-Double left and Rondo got injured. Then the next year, Rondo was full of had no Ray, KG, or P-Double, and he was with a lot of young players: Avery Bradley, Jeff Green, Sullinger. Yo, the man Rondo, you would think at the time, you know, he was always the league leader in assists. You would think he'd make these players better. But to be honest, he didn't, man. He didn't. And I just couldn't understand why. We weren't winning games with Rondo. Yes, we had a young squad. But a year later, we get guys like Isaiah Thomas, almost basically the same squad. But we got rid of guys like Jeff Green because love Jeff Green from PG County, Maryland, went to Georgetown Hoyas. Enough respect to him, but he just couldn't carry the reins as that small forward like P-Double did. You know what I mean? Like great Larry Bird, Len Bias, what he could have been. Or my man Reggie Lewis, what he was. Jeff Havlicek. John Havlicek. You know, great list of small forwards in Celtics history. He just wasn't that guy. But Rondo ain't make these players better, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Look at Rondo on the Chicago Bulls. Yo, when they put that team together with Jimmy Butler, Rondo, and D Wade, you would think these fellas for sure top 4 team in the East. Yo, but these guys are not winning, man. The Bulls are not winning with Rondo. I think there might be turmoil and animosity still between Rondo and D Wade from their rivalry with Boston Celtics and Miami Heat. They even almost got into a scuffle at one point in time, you know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, Rondo was also a great player with the Celtics. This guy was a motor for us, you know what I mean? Look at Rondo Game 6. Everybody remembers that game. That's like a cult classics when that man Rondo went for 40+, lit up Miami Heat, you know what I'm saying? But we lost that game in overtime because our P-Double got fouled out in that game, you know what I mean? That game is still a cult classic till this day. Rondo was a great player for the Celtics, but without Ray Allen, KG, and P-Double, Rondo is just another average player. Good point guard. Good point guard could be your starter, but he has deficiencies. Can't shoot the J, stuff like that. It's not a good finisher around the rack, you know what I mean? But Rondo not inviting Ray, and, you know, it's almost like fellas is hating on the man Ray because, you know, Ray Allen is Jesus Shuttlesworth, man. He's a smooth player type of dude, man. A pretty boy, you know what I mean? The man ain't nothing grizzly or gully about the man Ray, you know what I'm saying? The man, he ain't got that tough guy mentality or talking shit like the man KG. He ain't like P-Double as far as clutch. You know, P-Double's a guy who wants the ball fourth quarter. You know where he's gonna go, right side right block, ISO, you know what he's gonna do, and he's gonna call for the rock. You know what I'm saying? He ain't that type of guy. He's just a guy who goes out there, smooth jump shot, smooth game. You know, the man's a pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, maybe that's why fellas do hate the man, because the man can play and all that. But Rondo's a jerk if this is the truth about the situation, and we don't even need a fucking 10-year anniversary, man, to be honest, because Rondo, you're still in the NBA. P-Double, this is last year. He's on the Los Angeles Clippers. But Rondo would not be Rondo if it wasn't for these three guys. I hope he understands that, you know what I'm saying? And I do know what 78 Sports is talking about him icing the man Ray Allen out. I've seen it plenty of times. Ray Allen they're on a fast break transition. Ray Allen goes to spot up at the 3, and the man Rondo looks at him and don't even give the man the rock. You know what I mean? I do know that for a fact. You know what I mean? As far as P-Double Ray, I don't know about that, man. And believe me, man, I've been watching must-sees since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? The Boston Celtics, lived in the Boston area from a long time before I moved out here to the D.C. area. So it is what it is, man, you know. But, you know, when I saw this video, I listened to it, man. I just had to make a response, man. And there was a good video by 78. Good for putting this news out. I know 78 might have a lot of love for the man Ray because of Milwaukee Bucks, man. He was a smooth cat on Milwaukee with Big Dog and Cassell. I've always fucked with the man Ray since UConn, you know what I mean? Since them battles with UConn and Georgetown. You check it. But, Ray Allen was an intricate piece to that team. I remember that first year we got him. You know, we got the chip the first year the team got assembled. Ray Allen was off like a motherfucker in the playoffs. First round we played Atlanta Hawks. This guy Ray was going like 0 for 11 from 3, 2 for 18. He was just off like shit. He was struggling in the playoffs, but come the finals against Kobe, you know, he came through. He came through. There was a game we were down almost like 30 points and we came back, you know what I'm saying? Against the Lakers in that first chip we won. The one and only these 4 guys won, you know what I'm saying? But Rondo's acting like a whole ass dude, man, and he has them kind of tendencies. And to be honest, like the man 78 Sports said, that the man Doc Rivers should have been checked this guy from a long time. You see, when they shipped Rondo out to Dallas, man, Rick Carlisle wasn't playing that shit, man. Rick Carlisle benched this guy and told him, you ain't bigger than the team. You just came here. You ain't going to start no problems, you know what I'm saying? You ain't going to chastise or undermine my word. Rick Carlisle is from that Boston Celtics era. He played with Larry Bird and them, so he wasn't about to have this young whippersnapper trying to come there and fuck up his squad, you know what I mean? And, you know, so Rondo's a good player when he plays with great players, you know what I'm saying? Right now, I think he's a little past his prime. His best days are behind him. But when he was with these 4 guys, these guys oozed confidence. And they also oozed confidence because they also had confidence in Rondo. That's why Rondo was always the league leader in steals and assists at the same damn time. Getting triple-doubles, doing crazy stuff, you know, that fake behind the back stuff he does. Rondo was just excellent, got massive hands. But if it wasn't for these 3 other guys, these Hall of Famers, Rondo wouldn't have no swag. He'd just be another average point guard in the league, like a guy like Darren Collison or something, you know what I'm saying? But I love this team. I love my Celtics. 2008, I waited for many years to see a chip, man. 21 years in between from that 85-86 season to 2008. And we got it done against the team I hate the most, the LA Lakers. And it was so joyous, man. Game 6, we smashed the Lakers by 40. Y'all remember that game. It was beautiful to watch, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm going to mention about Game 7. Game 7 against the Lakers in the second time when the Jam went to Game 7. Kobe was off like a motherfucker. Kobe was 5 for 25. We should have won that game. A lot of people say, you know, if Kendrick Perkins ain't get hurt, we would have won that game. But on the real, we was up the whole time. Fellas like Rondo, man, he capitulated, man. Couldn't make free throws. Turning the ball over in that 4th quarter. Pau Gasol showed why he was a better player that year than Kevin Garnett, man. He just had all the energy in the world. Perkins got hurt, of course, so we had to rotate guys like KG and Rasheed Wallace the whole game. These guys were pushing 40. And they got tired as fuck, man, and it showed. Because guys like Ron, Lamar Odom, motherfucking Bynum, Shannon Brown, Yo, these guys, they carried that team. That game 7 was not won on Kobe Bryant's back. That game 7 was won because of guys like Pau Gasol, Ron Artest when he hit that jump shot to give him the lead. Shannon Brown had 2 stupid dunks in that game to change the momentum in a game 7. I'm talking about stupid dunks where the Staples Center rose the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It was a great rivalry, man. And I hate the Lakers, but I said it in a previous video. The NBA playoffs ain't the same without these classic teams in the playoffs. Celtics, Lakers, Knicks. If these teams ain't in the playoffs, it's not quite the same. It's just a better playoff atmosphere when you have these classic teams. Celtics, Lakers, Knicks, and even Philadelphia 76ers. You know what I'm saying? But Rondo, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know what I mean? Your NBA career hasn't been the same since you played with these 3 guys right here. You know what I'm saying? And you need to give respect to Ray Allen, man. That's Jesus Shuttlesworth. You see them in the movie, man. You know what I'm saying? And Ray Allen is a great player. I was great when we had him. When he was struggling in the playoffs the first year we had him, I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? What the fuck is really good, man? But he came through in the finals, and ultimately, the man does have more rings than all 3 of these other guys. Yeah, I was mad he went to Miami, but he had to do what he had to do for his career. B Marsh Boxer, let me know what y'all think about this vid, and let me know what you think about this nut-ass dude, Rondo, hitting on Jesus Shuttlesworth Ray Allen, man, with the best three-point shooter, one of the best, I always used to compare. Of course, now we could say Steph Curry is the greatest three-point shooter ever. But I always used to compare Ray Allen to Reggie Miller as who was the greatest. And, Ray Allen is a better player as far as putting the rock on the floor, better scorer, just a better all-around player. And he has a ring, but Reggie Miller was hitting them three-point shots in the clutch. Reggie Miller was a kind of guy who'd average 17, 18 a game. In his prime, I think his best year was maybe 24. Ray Allen was 25 every season, you know what I mean? 25 every season, you know what I'm saying? Just a better overall player, but the guy, Reggie, was a better clutch player with the three-point shot. But Rondo, I'm disappointed by this news, but I still love my Celtics. I bleed green. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Yeah, I bleed red, metaphorically speaking, but I'm a Celtics for life, man, till the day I die. B Marsh Boxing, I'm out. Let me know in the comment section what you think about nut-ass Rondo. 1.